Welcome everybody to Nine's Corner. I hope you're doing well, feeling well, and I have to send out a big thank you to all of you. I love the fact that I put out a community post and said, hey, I'm doing a reading with Sheila and Lena Rodriguez. Do you have any questions? And I got 38 posts, I think, or something like that. So I kind of went to myself and said, oh my God, all these people took their time to write a question, and I didn't get to hardly any of them, got to one or two of them. So I decided that we are going to do a really quick, like, lightning kind of deal to get through these questions quickly. And I'm going to be reading the questions from my phone. So forgive me if I get your name incorrect. Appreciate I'm from Newfoundland. I got a different accent, a different dialect, and I learned words in certain ways that, anyway, you know what I'm talking about. So forgive me if I get your name incorrect. So the first question that we missed was from Haydee B. Did Matthew McConaughey's speech at the White House make any impact on the individuals and politicians against gun reform? Sorry, my card's right here. Say hello. Hello, cards. Welcome. So let's see what the cards have to say about Matthew McConaughey. Matthew McConaughey. Ooh. What does he say? All right, all right, all right. We got the death card. So this is transformation. So it's sort of like he doesn't give two shits what you think about him. He really doesn't. He believes in what he's saying. He's looking at the future. And I think that there's a part of this where he has, just by the way he did his speech. And I think the fact that, he's Republican or Republican leaning, I think, really kind of resonated. So I really do think that he made room. He created room for people to think twice about. So there you go. Alrighty. My next question is from Maritza. I hope I said that correctly. I'm not going to try your last name. And she says, I need to know how much popcorn and wine will we need to get through these hearings. Preparedness is very important. Yes, my darling. Yes, get your wine out, whatever it is that you need. I've got my coffee here to get me through this because I'm doing this before the hearings. So there you go. Next is Cece from Texas. Nope, we already did that question. Next question is from Michelle Woods. The next question is from Michelle Woods. Will Peter Navarro be convicted? He was indicted, but will he be convicted is the question. Thank you, Nine. So let's see what's going to happen with him. Peter. We got Temperance. It's like he's got a way of just keeping out of trouble. I think that before it gets too far, he'll make some kind of deal, temper it out. And I think that there's going to be unexpected events that are going to come up that is going to, again, change how things go. So for right now, the energies are he's still just tempering away. If he gets in trouble, he has the ability to kind of keep it at bay. So for right now, unfortunately, the energies are just saying, it's still up in the air. But that can change. So we'll have to read about these events as they go along, because the fact is we have free will. And free will gives the opportunity for everything to change, and that's why life is so fun, because it's the unexpected that can happen. So, and the universe likes to have fun too. Get involved. They like to know what's on the go. So, the next question is by Mickey C. Baby. Will New Mexico's forests recover from the terrible forest fires? New Mexico is a Capricorn and Pluto has been making some difficult aspects to it. Will the state recover and be transformed for the better? Thank you for the question. So let's look at New Mexico. What's going to happen here? So we have the Five of Cups. There's a lot of grief, a lot of pain over loss. But with this card, it is amazing hope for the future. There's a creative way to find a solution, and you will find a solution, and things will get better. I mean, there has to be time for grief and loss, but this is temporary and will pass. So that's awesome. I hope you liked that answer because that was awesome. Okay, so next question. I'm sorry, we're going to be going really fast through these or as quick as I can. And I will edit out any times that I'm like a zombie looking at the cards going. So the next question is from Cece from Texas. She wrote 2 questions. Thank you very much. What is going to happen in the January 6th committee trials airing June 9th, which is today? Will any of that change people's view? What happens next after it airs? Thank you. Thank you, CC. So it starts tonight, so I'm doing the reading early in the day. So let's have a look and see what's going to happen with the January 6th commission. Is it going to do anything? You know, I think because everybody's so polarized, I'm going to pull one card for the Republicans, one card for the Democrats, and another card for the undecided, and just get a feeling from all sides. So let's have a look. Let's look at the Republicans first. We got the moon. So the Republicans' faith is being tested. They're paranoid. They're they want to just cause a lot of distraction at this point. And truly, I think we have to be careful about their ability to get people riled up. Like there's a little bit of danger here. We're going to have to do a reading on that recent attempt on Kavanaugh, because something just didn't bear well with me about that. So that could be part of that danger. So for the Democrats, we got the 7 of Swords. So for the Democrats, they're definitely looking for the advantage. I think they're tired of trying to do the right thing and getting pushed around. I think they have to be very careful not to rush, or you're going to miss some important piece of information. But I think that this card is saying that the eventuality in time, they will be successful, but it's not going to be able to be done as cleanly as they'd like. They're going to have to play some dirty pool to get ahead. When it comes to others, 7 of Pentacles, it's almost like you're going to have people looking at it and kind of just, feeling like, it's all old, hashed up things that we'd known before. But it's definitely going to get some of them thinking and looking at it. So I think we might have a delayed response from the undecided. With the 7 of Pentacles, it lets you know that they are definitely thinking about the things that are important to them, that are close to home. You know, their income, their gas, food prices going up and stuff. So I think because there's so much distraction for the average person, that, some of this is going to not resonate because there's just so many other things that are on people's mind. So that's the answer. Thank you, CC, for the question. So from Steph's Tarot, is it going to continue to get worse up to the actual Pluto return? Also, will gas prices come down? So she's got 2 questions in there. So let's look at, is it going to continue to get worse for the actual Pluto return. I'm not really into a lot of astrology. I do dabble in it from time to time. It kind of comes and goes. So we'll just look at the question and see what happens. So is Pluto going to continue to get worse up to the actual Pluto return? Ooh, so we got death. So this is rebirth. This is necessary things that you have to go through to create change. This is breaking down the old to make the new. So even though you're going to be going through difficult things, and Pluto is definitely showing that he's going to be putting some hardships and challenges, it's necessary for transformation. When it comes to gas prices, oh my God, okay. I was thinking, oh Lord, we're going to be like, oof. But I got the Six of Cups. So will gas prices eventually come down? Yes, darling, yes, they are. They're eventually going to come down. And it might be like a sooner rather than later kind of thing. So that's interesting. I really thought it would come out, but it's sort of like back and forth. It'll go up and it'll go down, but as quick as it went up, it'll go down again. So thank you, Steph's Tarot. So our next question is from Christine Smith. Will Justin Trudeau win the next election here in Canada? Canada! Oh, Canada. Will Justin Trudeau win? Mm-hmm. Okay, let me just have a moment here with my card. We've got the Four of Cups. So at this point, the energy is saying, yes, he would probably get in, but it would be a case of people feeling like there's no other valid choice to be able to go against him. And there's definitely a feeling of a lack of emotion here. People are just getting tired of the same old, but there's almost like there's nothing or nobody giving good enough opposition to want for change. So right now, he would win the election. Thank you, I'm assuming Canadian, my fellow Canadian, Christine Smith. So, you wouldn't believe how many Blue Jays are flying by here. Next, we have Patricia Marie. She wrote, "We really need permission to stop doom scroll, worrying thoughts process. We are scared, but we need to know how to manage it. This carrying the heavy empathy of the whole chaotic nation is going to make us sick. Long-term suffering is not what I came to this earth for. Thanks for listening." Well, Patricia, I agree with you 100%. The only advice that I can give you is, and this is what I try to do for myself, because, boy, I get headaches and everything from everything that's going on in the world, because I ask, for the energies to come in. It definitely affects me. So you have to create a safe space for yourself as much as you can, and make happiness happen within your small core family or your community, and you build out, because that's all we can all do as individuals. But you wrote me, and I'm going to pull a card, maybe as advice for you, to see what tarot would say. So let's have a look. Oop, that one just kind of popped out. We got the Hierophant. Oh my God, tarot is talking, like really talking to us, because this is saying if your mind is full of chaos, then you have no room for anything else good to come in. So you have to change your mind about things. You have to make a safe space for yourself. This is really a card of saying that sometimes you need to go through some of the suffering because you can't compromise yourself or your values. So it's because of you being such a good person that it affects you so much, and so, it affects all of us. So I think we all could take the advice of starting small in your own little safe space in your mind and create a happy you. And then you go forward outwards. And to realize that the chaos is going on, yes, but don't compromise yourself. Don't make yourself sick over it. There's lots of ways to release energy, including talking to a friend. So I thank you for your good rant, because I agreed. There's a lot here, but we're going to keep going. So, from Zach Riley. Oh, Zach, God bless you. Will Ted Cruz, Kevin McCarthy, Mo Brooks, Jim Jordan, Boebert, Perry, Gazar, and Loudermilk be indicted and spending time in jail? My friend, that is a question I will have to do in a separate video, but I will do it. That's way too much. I can't. It's just too much. I will do that in my next video, I promise. So my next question is from Judy Chandler. Will our ballots be safe from Republican meddling in November? Let's have a look and see. Will the ballots be safe from Republican meddling in November? Because, I mean, my God, they certainly go on and on and on. Let's see. Queen of Pentacles. I think that, yes, there's going to be security and safety, and you don't have to worry about your ballots being safe. And you might hear the same Republican BS that you hear all the time, but no, they're going to be making sure there's extra security and safety around those ballots. So Leslie C. asked, will vaccine injuries get more investigation and help? Will there be a revision on the current mRNA vaccines? Will long COVID be added to the list of Social Security Administration disability determination? A couple questions there, but we will answer them. So let's just ask about the vaccines. Will they be improved? Will they do more investigations into any issues with them? Guys, it's almost like there's something that they're covering up. It will eventually come out. I think they will. It's almost like they're making a change and they're not letting you know that they're making it because they don't want to admit that it wasn't perfect from the beginning. So I think there's some shady business going on here. Let's look and see. What was the thing? Will long-term COVID be added to the list of Social Security Administration disability determination? Will it be added? I guess that's so that it's a known problem for disability. We got the Ten of Wands. It's going to take some work. They're not just going to put it in there and say, there you go. It's going to have to take some time. I think with the Moon card for their first question, just let you know that it's going to take a long time. So therefore, right now, no, but I think people are going to work hard on it and push for it. Next question. Thank you, Leslie. Next question. Charlie C. Sage of Fire. How long before people realize inflation is global? I know, right? When will people really realize it's global? Seven of Wands. This is so interesting. I love when tarot talks. It's just so easy to go with because the Seven of Wands is letting you know that each entity, whether it's each country or what have you, defends itself. No matter what, everybody wants to get what's best for them. So we are divided by countries, and then our countries are divided by, well, in Canada, provinces, other places, states and unions and what have you. So I think that, no, I think there are people that realize it and understand that we are globally connected. But right now, They're so set back in their old ways of defending and just wanting to make their money and wanting to be number one and wanting to get everything. And that really causes a major difference between those who have and those who don't have. So we need a world where everybody has, because it's all available to everybody. So right now, I would just say no. Yes, people are understanding it. There's definitely people talking about it and communications. Maybe even you'll see documentation, like in a book or somebody talking about it. But right now, countries and that want to defend themselves. So thank you for your question. So from Darlene Warden. With the increase in gun violence, will the government and or states pass laws that will prohibit the selling of military weapons in gun shops? Or will the NRA and those who believe that the Second Amendment gives them the right to purchase any kind of gun fight? Why are gun manufacturers and gun shop owners not held accountable for selling these guns in mass shootings? I know, right? It's hard because, you know, anybody who sells a knife, anybody who sells anything, you know, there has to be that contract of you can't go back and blame them. It's your choice to buy it. So the regulations really need to change there. But let's look at this. Will increase in gun violence, will the government and states do anything? Let's just ask that question first. Will the governments and states do anything to help about gun violence in the U.S., make some changes? I think my neighbors are mowing, so I hope you can hear me okay. Yes, darling, yes, Three of Cups. 100%. I really got a feeling that they're going to come together and, you know, it might just be the beginning, but they're going to find common ground and put some, you know, common sense ideals out there. So, yes, darling, yes. I think the NRA is going to be present like they always are, but they are going to find common ground. Yes, darling. Thank you for your question. Next question is from Dennis Thomas. With the prices of everything going up, will people in the U.S. stop paying their bills like credit cards, electric, phone, cable, TV, etc.? Thank you. Thank you, Dennis. So let's look what's going to happen. Two of Wands. There is going to be a waiting time and people are going to get peeved off and frustrated. But this lets me know that you're going to find a way through. It may not be right now, but it will find a way through. So I got a feeling that this is almost like the waiting time and it won't be that long before you'll see some relief at the gas pumps and hopefully some relief at the grocery store and stuff. So I think this is just saying find a way through. It's just, you're going to find a way through, but just not yet. So I think not. There may be some, you know what I mean? It's like some people will wait and some people might, you know, put down the gauntlet and say I'm fed up, but it won't be a mass group for right now. That's what I see. Diane Grossacost, can you tell us what happened to 6-year-old Summer Wells of Rogersville, Tennessee? Will someone be held accountable? June 15th will be 1 year since she's been missing. Thank you. Well, Diane, I have done a reading on Summer Wells, and I did do an update reading. But we're going to do another reading because you asked about it. Can you tell us what happened? And is anything going to happen as we're coming to the year anniversary? Five of Cups. So a lot of suffering, a lot of pain. It's sad. It's so sad. But in time, she will come home. They will find her eventually. It's just going to take a little bit of time, but they will find her. Oh, God bless her. Next question is from Kitty J. Will ecocide ever be made illegal? I wish. I wish they would. And for anybody who's kind of going, what's ecocide? It's basically the effect that humans have on the environment. So you're looking at, we're looking at the bee colonies being destroyed, looking at oil advancements destroying. Here in Alberta, we got the oil sands, and there's people that feel that that is ecocide, as an example. So will ecocide ever be made illegal? Will ecocide ever be made illegal? Oh my God, my cards are flying out. With the Nine of Swords, I'm going to have to say a soft no. I think that humankind, all people, are going to get to the brink, and it's going to be regret, and there's going to be worry about the future. But there is a new stage of consciousness that is coming forth, and we will revise the experience. We will come to realize that the world that we have created is at the brink, and we as humans will create and have a new consciousness in which we will fix this problem. So I think that's awesome. It's a soft no with a good ending. So thank you for your question. Mary, next question. Mary Myers, what is the dirt about DeSantis that Roger Stone hinted at with Trump? Will he reveal it before November? Interesting. Interesting. Let's see. Let's see if Tarot can give us some... Oh, that card is flipped over. Let's see if Tarot can give us some insight as to what's happening. What dirt does Roger Stone have on DeSantis, the dirtbag? DeSantin, as they call him. Ooh. We've got the Six of Swords, so I kind of got a feeling in one way it has to do with these work relationships, so there's something there. I'm going to be really nasty now and say I think there could be a possibility that he had some kind of relations at work outside of his immediate family that people don't know about, but Roger Stone does know about. I think there's a possibility of a child and or an abortion happening. So I think there could be some personal but work-related events in his life, and it could be that he literally has some kind of work issue that has to deal with dark money that he's gotten himself in trouble with. So that's what I get on DeSantis the dirtbag. Next. Thank you, Mary, for the question. So Jay Sand asked, when will Ken Paxton, the Texas Attorney General, get his comeuppance? Yeah, he's a slippery snake, definitely. Let's have a look. When will he be getting his comeuppance? When will he be getting his... Will he get his comeuppance? Oh, Jay, I think we're going to... he's definitely going to get his comeuppance, and it's going to happen all at once, and it's going to be a life-defining event for him, and he's going to be out of a job. Yes, darlings. I answered Jay. So next is Barbara Howard. Don Jr. and his mate Kimberly. Let's look at Don Jr. and his mate Kimberly. Ugh. Ugh. Oh. It's like you can hear them. Imagine what it must be like having a conversation, and he's like, how's everything going, Kimberly? And she's like, it's the best in the whole entire world. Oh, Lord. Let's look at Don Jr. and we'll pull a card for Kimberly. So Don Jr., High Priestess, secrets, he knows, he's hiding stuff. He's worried, and he is going to be the one that's going to get in a lot of trouble. I think he knows that Ivana and Jared Kushner are going to push as much trouble his way as they can. And he's almost like he's spaced out on drugs or what have you, because he just doesn't want to think about it until it happens. So, and for Miss Kimberly, Kimberly, you got the Three of Swords. Are they married yet? We got the Three of Swords, Kimberly. So you're going to have some heartache coming your way. And I think this could be about Don Jr. Maybe he's going to cheat on you. Maybe you're going to get tired of the drugs. Maybe he's going to have to get in trouble himself, and you're going to have to try to separate yourself from him. But there's definitely a separation happening. So our last is Barbara Crossfield, BC wildfires. I'm in Grand Forks, BC. Well, God bless you. It is so hot there. They're having all kinds of issues, warnings, and fires. And God bless to all of you. You know you're in our hearts and in our thoughts. I mean, you know, it's summertime, you know, in parts of the world, and you know we're going to have to deal with this because the climate is changing. And even when we did our blitz about what was going to happen in 2022, we said it was going to be hot and floods, and that's exactly what had happened. And sort of like we need the rain over here, and they need the sunshine over there. So BC fires, how is that going to go? Oh, goodness gracious, BC, I'm so sorry. And you saw me shuffle those cards. I got the Three of Swords. There's going to be some heartbreak. There's going to be some damage. And I mean, look at the tree there. It's literally burnt to the ground. But with the Three of Swords, I love the Three of Swords because it's never about losing heart. It is saying that you're going to go through a difficult time, but the difficult time will pass. And you will get time to rebuild and reset once you get to the Four of Swords. You will get time to retreat from it. So, God bless you all. So, that was the last question. I hope you enjoyed that. I don't know how many questions we actually answered, but I thought if you guys take the time to write it, then I should take the time to answer it. And I do have, like, I have a, like a, I should show you. I have a book around here somewhere. Where is it? Oh. I have a book, is Love is Patient. It was given to me by one of my best friends, Jode. And I write down any questions I see in the comments. And so I will be getting to the World Economic Forum, and that will be for our next reading. And I will be answering Zach's question as well. So, as always, my friends, I thank you for your time, and I really do appreciate you. Our unity candle lit for each and every one of us. And until the next time we chat, cheerio and take care, my friends.